messages. And of course, you can catch a live stream of the show on www.youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. That's where you're sure to get the live stream and see these guys here. All right, I say good morning to James Silas.
Yeah. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Mass. Good morning, everybody. I'm in high spirit today. As a matter of fact, I'm very happy. My daughter is graduating from, well, first living primary school today. And hey, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Awesome. That's a proud father there. So we say congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And make
Thank
sure she
you.
gets warm wishes to her. And that's a stepping stone to greater heights.
Yes, I will. Sure.
Let's make welcome Oris. Good morning to you, Oris.
Good morning, Omas. Congratulations, James. I think this is big. This is big news. I will be waiting for the jollof. Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Good morning. Good morning, Lagos. And good morning, wherever you're hearing us from. We are back. I am back.
All right, so we're ready now. Let's pick up the pace as we get into the thick of the entertainment stories. Now, let's go on to pick up this first one where when we saw the visual, they say the mark of a good photographer is knowing what to capture at what time. If you do it at that time, at that right prompting, you can capture a slice of time or history and trap it in that film and to stay there forever and for all times to see. Well, for the man who would have set out on that day to just go for the Ojude Obas festival, dressed and just doing his thing with the Cuban cigar somewhere, just doing the normal effigy and all of that. But it's turning out that from this viral photograph and all of that, we understand that is gone ahead now to be picked up as, well, the federal government names King of Steeds at 2024 Ojude Oba Festival as culture ambassador. That's where we are. So, James, walk us through this story and the persona of this ambassador.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, this Farouk Oragba is actually like a big brother to me. He's my friend and I'll say brother as well, big brother. Yeah. So with everything that was happening, just we're all back behind the scene laughing and say, this is Bros D on the main. That is the spotlight. This is what we all have expected that he would have gotten like a long time ago because he's always been like this. He's somebody who is very much young at heart. The things I can only imagine how he was when he was like a teenager or in his 20s. You understand? He is a showman. He's So I was even surprised when I saw that. So, but shout out to the photographer. I know he has said it before.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a name to do that for the photographer yet. You understand? But that shot was capturing the moment, and somehow, some way, people now it just sort of went viral and everybody saw, and this is something he has done for a long time. Do you understand? He's always been riding. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So how come now, you see, this is the thing. You see, there's when preparations meet with opportunity.
Yes.
That's what they say is success, right? So
absolutely.
Going by your word, he's always been at this festival.
Yeah.
They've always been photographers. And in the time of the internet, Oris, so how come this particular shot is becoming something that is going all over the place and making him get endorsements?
Well, to my mind, I'm not the most enthusiastic about the whole thing. Yeah. But of course, I understand that we're in a world where beauty is super desirable. And let's face it, the guy just has an extreme amount of charisma. I think that's kind of what we saw in that particular picture, both the video and the photos as well. But let's also reflect on the fact that this guy is an investment banker, which means plenty money. I mean, that's generally speaking. When you hear investment banking, you hear money. And I think it also comes from money as well. Apparently, he and Obi Asika, who actually is the Director General of the NCAC, the establishment that actually gave him this particular, I guess, an unofficial tag. I think they've been friends for a while. I think they're childhood friends, if I get that right, actually. Yeah, so what you are seeing here, in essence, is a man who has charisma, but also a man who comes from money or has money, being positioned as this person who is, what's the word now, attractive and desirable. In a certain sense, it's not much different from anybody else in the way, kind of waves we saw in the Nigerian society, where if you have money, it looks like everything everything comes to you. So in my own view, Sha, this is not exactly a thing of as Omar just said, preparation meeting opportunity. It's a question of charisma and money meeting a great photographer, you know. In the world, generally speaking, generally speaking in the world, you know, when we speak about things like sophistication, which is kind of what we want to aspire to, it's usually a case of how close to rich people you appear. And this man already comes from that particular thing. So in a way, this is standard life for him. The only difference here is that yes, it is in the age of the camera, of the internet, and that's why this has happened. But there's nothing particularly spectacular about what happened. It's just, if this was a poor guy, like you remember the years ago when we had that lady who took a photo of the
selling bread.
Yes, you remember that thing, right? Exactly. For me, that represents a particularly fascinating story, that somebody from that particular background has that level of charisma on a photo. In this particular case, it's expected. Rich people have a certain swag. This man has the swag. So I'm not super, I don't know, enthusiastic about the entire thing.
Money, it's often said that money can buy you class, or there's, in this same society we exist, they tell you that sometimes you see people, they call money misroad, because you have the money, but you can't combine, you don't have a sense of fashion.
Money, there's a big difference. This is real old money. So old money doesn't have that problem. Old money is class.
All right.
Can I jump in here quickly? Yeah. I mean, with what Oris has just said, I don't think what brought this guy to the spotlight right now is money. It was actually just the that photograph, that picture, the essence, the story behind that picture just sort of captured everybody. The guy, nobody knew him before. Don't forget that nobody knew him until the picture came out, went viral. Then people now started asking, "Who is this guy?" So whether he had money was
No, James, it's not immaterial. Let's not forget. Part of the reason why people talked about the photos because he's holding a cigar. Bros.
Yes.
In this country we are living, people can afford a cigar. Exactly. How people can afford a cigar? You know, how people can look like that? That is, look, you're looking at, and the man has, I mean, as he said, he has he said he has a terminal condition. He has a terminal condition of cancer, right?
Yes.
You cannot look that good without money, my friend. So what we are looking at here, essentially, strip off everything else. An attractive man who comes from money is getting hailed as a paragon of beauty.
In summary, but in itself, would you say there is no cultural aspect we can take away in terms of the carriage in that picture you see?
I am trying to say that the carriage that you see is informed by the guy's bearing. It's kind of like comparing the posture of the regular guy in England with Prince Charles or Harry or William. There's a huge difference. So that's what I'm telling you now, that what you see in that photo is something that you can admire, but it's not something most Nigerians can get up to. Because most Nigerians don't come from money. Most Nigerians can't afford a cigar. Most Nigerians can't have that level of tattoo where it just looks super attractive about the entire thing. You see certain of these poor people, in quotes, poor people tattoos, they are not quite as attractive as what this man had on. So I'm saying that, yes, there's the photography bit, there's the fact of the festival, but I'm telling you that without the level of money this man comes from, we would not be discussing him right here, right now on the show. I can assure you of that. And like I told you, Obi Atika is his childhood friend. So is there a chance that Obi would have given him this honor? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not quite sure. I'm just saying that let's look a little bit closer and say, hey, look, we can admire this thing, but it's not something that I guess most people can like aspire to because it is out of the reach of most people. That's my point.
So in summary, for some persons listening today might be amazed that someday if Oris looks forward and Silas look forward and then someday passes on maybe an endorsement to you when he's somewhere high up there. We would not also be surprised because we say, after all, they've always been on the grapevine, right?
Got it right, bro.
It should be true. It should be true. You cannot give your enemy a certain thing, can you? Yes, it's my guy. So I expect it. In fact, I'll call him and say, guy, how far now?
All right, let's proceed now to, someone she's been crying out lately. She's been on social media saying, you know what? This bullying has to stop. And it goes on and on. But in this case, she's come out to clarify that she didn't detain anyone, and why people just she has got a right, like every citizen, to express her political belief, vote for who she believes in. Why come take it on me if the government in place is not probably living up to expectations? Don't come for me. I've done my bit. I'm talking about Tony Abraham. What's she talking about in relation to this, James?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I don't know how or where the conversation started from, but bottom line was that somebody was complaining, or people were complaining about the state of the country, economic state of the country, and somebody decided to, as usual, not the first time, take shots or take swipes at Tony Abraham for supporting the current president. Now, I think the narrative on ground right now is that there was one of them whose mom and sister was supposedly arrested because, of course, to get or provide their son. And then the argument of she saying that no, she did not arrest the person's mother or whatever. But there's also a particular guy called Big Ayra, if I'm not mistaken, who is now in detention. Okay, so I think that's the only one that is the only person that is actually that is clear that is in detention. Now you see, for language purposes, I know. I mean, for everybody will understand when they say, "Oh, Tony Abraham arrested person." Can we just understand in context that Tony Abraham would have reported the situation that she was facing online, and then the police arrested, all right, and the police will detain because even as citizens or in the clear terms or the normal term, what you can only do is report the situation, and if the situation is within the premises of breaking the law or whatever, the police will do their job. So Tony Abraham, like any other celebrity or any other person, in this situation is allegedly being cyberbullied or harassed online. And we just need to put it in clear situation that it is not right or it is not cool to cyberbully or intimidate or make people uncomfortable online, because people look at the online situation as just virtual and should not mean anything. But the truth is that this global community we're talking about here is like being in real life. If every other day on the road you're just walking by or driving past certain places and people are talking or maybe even throwing stones at you every other day, it will be frustrating. It will not. I mean, it will not be nice. So in this very situation, I see that she decided to report what she was facing online because, and I've seen it. This is not the first time it has happened. Every other time that if something happens within the country, there's anything that happens just because she was public about who she supported. What she exercised by voting for the president or voting for a particular party was her civic rights, which everybody also has. Now, the guy that was arrested at the end of the day, look, I was analyzing in my head and I said, if we bring this guy to question and say, okay, show us your voter's card, if you voted at all, don't even vote yourself, show us your voter's card as a citizen or as somebody, do you even have coming to social media or coming to the X platform to now draw or drag or insult or say whatever you want to say about somebody. And then one of the things that I saw, I don't know if it was this big Ayra that actually said that thing. Tony Abraham said she was going to use somebody as an example or as a scapegoat. And the guy said, see me, use me as a scapegoat. And still, and so then I saw the one of last week or last 2 weeks where she was saying that they were even wishing death on a child. And I was just thinking, I said, why? What's all this? What exactly? Why? Why to what? Like, is how can it possibly be her fault? I know that celebrities are influencers, just like we have a lot of other influencers, when it comes to political parties and everything. Personally, I don't like to mix entertainment with politics, but the truth is that it's an everlasting marriage, whether we like it or not. But in summary, I feel like what is happening right now, everybody in question are all victims of the circumstance on ground. So somehow, some way, I hope that if it's forgiveness or if it is, but and I also sorry, I have to also add that you see, if you want to talk a lot on social media, if you want to be, you want to be very black man on social media, make sure you have at least have a lawyer that in case of anything, somebody will come at least if it's just the initial posting of bail, they'll post bail for you and you'll be able to at least come outside and be defending yourself. But outside that one, if you don't have anything, you don't have any, if you are nobody, don't talk to somebody.
Okay. No, anyway, they didn't listen when Two-Face DBI was saying, if nobody talks about you, then you are nobody anyway. But Oris, on the other side, I'll get back to you. I'd like you to bring how we as the public consuming this artwork, the creative items, the churn out, forget that these people are business people. When we see them at political events, they've gone there because they've been paid to show up, and it's business they've gone for, and it's money. So how we don't understand it, and then we take it further to begin to say, because we saw them at a political gathering, therefore they are bad. I'd like you to respond to that and link it to mental health of well, supposed celebrities right now. You're still listening to The Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 FM. Stay tuned.
Keep listening to Smooth 98.1 FM.
You never hear about Advanced Nigeria. Their loan, they're easy to collect. It gets competitive rates. And their requirements, so they break person back. Yes, sir. They give you up to 150 million naira loan. Then get mobile banking app and USSD for easy transactions.
You will be surprised as you reach Advanced Nigeria. The application process is sharp and very convenient. Visit Advanced Nigeria today or call 7000 38267.
Correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime they cook like this, and they always no cube. Correct vegetables inside. Tatasheo, shambo, onions. Oh, I know they cook. But you make my cooking, they always enjoy my cooking.
I never will put that one.
All your food with correct vegetables.
Omas, why they give you people Nigeria FM adverts?
Today.
Omas.
Is it? Oh, we're back.
Why they give you? Oh, are we back? Okay.
West Smooth 98.1 FM. We're back. It's still The Grapevine. Yes, it isn't Friday yet, but then that's just sometimes you just. So let's get into the mix. We're going to pick up the slack from where we left off. Celebrities, how we should understand that, look, they've gone to hustle. Let's let them have a life, and then understand that mental health is real. But the risk, we're going to take it up from there. But I see messages already reacting to earlier conversation we had. So let's just get them out of the way quickly. I've got this messaging here, and it says, typical Nigerian and picking folks on viral videos and photos be like 5 and 6. I'm not saying it's bad anything making Farouk and culture ambassador only cause of dressing and steeds, but it should be more than that. Well, Twitter folks are horrible, for real. They can really run you mad. I agree, only say no be to bully, but they come so hard for Tony Abraham. But she also did Twitter a year ago that she met with the president and he shared his idea with her and all of that. But dragging her kid to the drama is below the belt. That's what Francis from Ojo would say. And reacting to the Steve's conversation, Ali goes on to say, I totally agree with Oris. It's exactly what it is, meaning it should, well, it's money and it's old money, and any regular person cannot pull up that stunt that we saw that was captured in that photo slide that could go down in history now. Now, Tayo says, today's question is, what can your steez do for you, Oris? What can your steez do for you, James Silas? He's been going on.
I don't have money to buy cigar, so I'm not sure. They can't do a lot, clearly.
Okay, it says, he's been going for the event for 15 years. Remember your photographer. Bread seller's name is Jumoke. Yes, you see, there's always someone there. That's Tayo. All right. It says, Oris and Silas, remember us from the eye table. So before you pick on, just remember you can also... What can your steez do for you? That's the question of the morning right now. But let's go on now. So you were responding to Tony Abraham's,
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm just going to be brief. I mean, there's no need to flog it too much. One, I mean, there are several things. First things first, it's unfortunate that she's getting bullied, and I don't like the inclusion of a child in this particular issue. Two, unfortunately for everybody concerned, to whom much is given, much is expected. So Abraham is a super popular actress and producer in Hollywood. No matter what happens, I mean, it's just how it works. She took a political stand. People will react to it, and she's a public figure, so people will react to it publicly. So I feel bad about the situation, but I'm like, frankly, it is kind of expected that if you are this famous and you choose a side, and the side doesn't turn out to be as pleasant for everybody concerned, you will get backlash. So I'm not quite sure how to manage it, but that's just the truth. So I'm not happy about the mental health bit. I don't like the fact of a child getting into this situation. But frankly, everything that has happened is to be expected, because she would probably be raising her head up a lot higher if the person she had supported, people on the streets also felt as good about the person. So this says something about her choices. Sadly, I have to say that. So yeah, unfortunately, she has my sympathies, but not too much.
Okay. Moving on. In other news, let's get on to a list that is out. Is for the first 6 months. We see how Afrobeats acts are performing, and Spotify has unveiled its global impact list in Nigeria, and we understand it will look like Ayra, Starr, and Tems leading the Afrobeats' biggest crossover songs in the first half of this year. This isn't a surprise, right? They put in the work. James?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, plus the release or recent release of their album, we just sort of put them even further up there. And don't forget that these artists are no longer as local as they used to be. They are now, I mean, as far as Afrobeats is concerned, right now in Africa, in Nigeria, it's a global music. You know? So whatever they put out there just sort of goes way beyond the shores of Africa. You know, so yes, and Spotify has been doing a great job as far as I'm concerned in terms of quality, in terms of data collection and analysis, and even reporting or publishing it. You know, so yes, I am not surprised. I think Arasta is one artist who from day zero, from the first project that she put out to date, has been consistent, has been in the forefront, and even the music. She doesn't make terrible music as far as I'm concerned, you know. So and of course we know about Tems. Tems is one, I don't know if I would say opportune artist who maybe was just, or like we always said, being there at the right time or something. I think was it also you, but
I said the opportunity
Tems,
and
yes,
preparations.
Yeah, Tems has just been very, very fortunate.
No, throwing the talent too. She's got the talent too.
No,
we
cannot doubt that. Do you understand?
Okay.
We cannot doubt that. But when you look at even how she came to where she is right now, I mean, sort of from I'm not saying that she had made or she was making bad music, but the kind of opportunity that Essence gave her, and how she has actually been positioned from that Essence up to date, just sort of changes everything, you know. So yeah, of course.
So I'll go over.
Shout out to all our artists, actually.
All right. So let's just quickly let the listener understand they can be part of this conversation by sending a message to the grapevine on WhatsApp. That will be on to 0809-444-0981, and catch a live stream on youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Oris, I see that one of the points it underpins here is that these acts, we can't even really just narrow them to Afrobeats any longer, judging by the collabos they've got. I'd like you to speak to that, looking at collabos with the like of Usher, Burna, 21 Savage, and what's been mentioned here. So you can't just say they are just Afrobeats any longer.
Yeah, you're right. That has been one of the.
Remember, you told me you talked about the magazine you picked up somewhere in France, where it was said this is R&B's new. So using
yes. The New York Times referred to Tems as an R&B star. One of their covers from 2 months ago, I think, or last month. Yeah. So yes, the collaborations have been an important part of the expansion and the spread of Afrobeats. The fact that Burna Boy had a song with 21 Savage, who is like a big star in the US, The fact that it looks like there's a lot more happening. But, you know, back in the day, I think people have forgotten. Rick Ross was on a song with P Square, but according to the rumors at the time, it was paid for. So I feel like there's a certain level field now. Like, okay, I'm sure the guys from there want to collaborate with people who are here. Usher doing song with Fuse. There's a good chance that Fuse didn't have to pay for that particular feature. So that has made things a little easier. But then again, let's also focus on one of the things that happened this year. I think this is the very first year where for Afrobeats, it looks like the flag has been flown by women. Unfortunately, I don't think that it has been flown as effectively as it has been for some of the men in the past, because even now we can't speak to one crossover song that women have produced. Tyler has the biggest song, I think, for the past.
You want to appropriate Tyler now to us?
No. I want to make a point. No, I want to make a point that yes, Tyler is South African, has a big crossover song. None of our women, neither Tems nor Ayra, has produced something like that.
Okay.
You know, so that should be maybe the next step. This year we are happy women are taking the Afrobeats flag, but a lot more needs to be done. I'm happy about the Spotify spotlighting of these women, but you know, going forward, we kind of need them to like be as effective as the men have been. Everybody knows what Burna Boy has done for Afrobeats across the continent. Davido is a huge star. I do not feel like you can say the same thing for Ayra and Tems at the moment. Of course, they have time, so let's watch.
All right, some things can be lost and found. Respect can be lost, but can it be gotten back, or do you go back to where you lost that respect? But we would find out in a short while where an apology is being tendered, and I might find out from Maurice and James if they accept the apology. Mrs. Gold, I'm talking about Simi, who's got the album out, Lost and Found ready. Well, she's apologizing for jumping on the competition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and then she came out. It was not for the talent of what she was doing, but we felt there was too much we saw. Some things were not kept in, hidden from the eyes. So, James, this apology, would you take it?
You're such a comedian.
I mean, I have to take it because she said next time she's going to the pool, she's going to wear a kaftan. I think she would do me. I would like it more if you wear. There's something called bubu. Bubu, agbada, or wear something way bigger than.
She said the kaftan actually.
Yeah, that's kaftan exactly. Wear that one. Also, make sure
that's what she said.
Yes, use them. Tie one of those big gillies to cover your hair too, to show respect.
Why do I feel sarcasm is dripping heavily from
no,
what
it's not
you're
sarcasm.
saying,
It's not sarcasm.
Because people will be sarcastic now. So everybody should be sarcastic.
No, but I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm serious. She should wear a kaftan with gele. Make sure it covers her hair as well. So when she gets into the pool, people that want her to drown wearing kaftan, she will see her drown. Is that what they want to see? Because it's actually ridiculous. And that's part of what we say about the same social media. People are not respecting their spaces. People are not, they think there's an opportunity to just take shots to people that you cannot even come close to her. And some of the people that are talking cannot even come to the environment where she is, because the bodyguard don't even let you in. Who are you? But you can now go to your phone to tweet and talk. What exactly are they talking about? Somebody goes to the pool. What do you expect the person to wear? How do you expect the person to look? Somebody who's at the pool side or who's swimming.
She wasn't in the pool. She was out of the pool.
So what? As she comes out of the pool, she should now wear her kaftan. Or what is that I'm saying? But it's a fun place. People should. Did they not see some boys that were shirtless there? Did they not see them? Do you
it's not the same thing. They don't have the same goods, James.
You see?
Boys and girls don't have the same goods.
There you go.
Oris, let's get your take quickly on that, and let's look at it from the angle. She's married, and it wasn't a music video. If it were a music video, then they might have understood why she was wearing that.
Well, look, Nigerians have we have a strange morality in this country. So, and I'm very happy that Simi seems to understand it, because I heard a very interesting video that she posted. The apology video was very interesting because it was pure sarcasm. And even in the comments of the original video, her husband, Adikule Gold, was there, So for me, that means that all of you can say one thing. If the husband at home feels differently about it, everybody can take a hike. So I think that's about it. All you need to say about it, frankly. The lady is an adult. She's done what she wanted to do. Her husband seems to be in support. So everybody should be fine.
Okay, we'll be fine. Last. Let's move on and just quickly touch on Mo Abudu's Oloture. The Journey makes a Netflix top 10 chart with a 1.7 million views. sum that up for us, James Silas.
I mean, shout out to her. I like how she just sort of always celebrates her wins. You understand? For some people who haven't or who don't know, Rotary was actually on mainstream or satellite cable, her channel, what was it called? Even on on DSTV, you understand? But they now moved it to Netflix for of course the general or what's it called for global view, and the outcome or the feedback has been very, very encouraging. And you can tell that she's quite impressed by the outcome. So, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much. It's okay to win your, celebrate your wins, and I hope that she gets more as the day goes by.
So now, Oris, in this final story, I don't understand. How can we get Drake to listen to Kenny Rogers' Gambler song, know when to hold on and know when to walk away with his gambling right now and losing money like this that I need so badly? Because it said it's lost 300,000 US dollars. Though it's not my money, it says, but it hurts me for a brother.
Yes. I have to tell you that the Kenny Rogers song is outdated now. If you are Drake, if you are Drake, you can afford to lose $300,000. And let's not forget, he was betting on his country's team. Drake is Canadian, and Canada was playing Argentina, and he was betting that Canada would win. Drake, so let's face it, this is a high level of patriotism. Unfortunately, Nigerians cannot relate because if Nigeria was going to be playing France or Spain or somebody, I'm sure that a lot of our stars will put their money on the other team.
Yes.
So let's shout. For me, it's like shout out to Drake. I'm happy that you are a patriotic young man. So yes, even if you lose a lot of money, $300,000 is not a lot of money to Drake. That's probably a single deal, or even less than half of a single deal Drake would cut today. So not surprised. So yes, Kenny Rogers, thank you very much. But there's a reason why this man is a star and Kenny Rogers is dead.
Okay.
So Omas,
the living doesn't listen. Okay, go ahead.
Before we leave on this story quickly, I want to also suggest that Drake has a stake on the betting company. If you check his page, you see that it's not the first time. He's always so he's always betting, and he wins a lot of them as well. So let's not get that twisted. So he's just a businessman, attracting customers.
Just for me in West Africa, just thinking what that 300,000 US dollars would have done for my life. But anyway,
half of that, 1/10 of that, my guy, 1/10. I'll take 1/10.
Yes, me too.
Oh, you too? See that. Oh, let's go. Let's read final messages as we wrap it up this morning. I've got this message from Ali saying, well, so she should tie bed sheets and duvet to the pool party because Nigerians should have opinion about how she chooses to appear in public because it's them that married her and not Adekunle Gold as I roll my eyes. Anyway, and sadly too, that video has got over 2 million clicks the last time I checked. I saw it too, but moving on. And yeah, they are complaining, but they go click on it. Moving on. In other news, let's wrap up with Belinda from VI saying it's wild that people are complaining about a woman wearing a swimming suit at a swimming pool in a video recorded by her husband. Like, do they have their own personal problems to deal with? Or did AG Baby borrow bride price money from them? Crazy things are happening in Belinda. That's how we sum it up, guys. Say thank you to James Silas for your time this morning.
Thank you very much for having us. James Silas on social media, everywhere, X, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. If you catch me anywhere online, tell me that you're from the Grapevine. I'll holler back.
And Oris?
All right, so it's Catch Oris, CATCH, Oris, Catch Oris on Twitter, and Catch Oris Gram on Instagram. As James has just said, if you say you're from here, I'll say hi back. Peace.
All right. That's how we sum it up. That's the size of the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 FM. My name is Omatseye Ashenua.